Hi, I'm Kacey.
And I'm Gianni.
I never finished reading the Animorphs books as a kid, and I still haven't as an adult.
And I've never read them.
We can't tell you where we live.
But we can tell you that we want to revisit these books as adults and dive into what we would keep or change if we were to put it on TV.
Two friends, 50-something books. Welcome to Morphin Buddies.
And then the music kicks in, and then people are just so ready.
Hey everybody, welcome to the next episode of Morphin Buddies with me, your host Kacey Sosnowski, and Mr. Gianni DeMaia.
Yo, what up with it?
What up with it? Do you have your Snapple today?
I don't. I have coffee. It's 12:30.
That's true.
It's my bed rot day.
Yes,
I think
too.
I might have. I can't remember if I mentioned this off the podcast or on the podcast, but I miscounted my weekends, and I've been so unbelievably busy. Mm-hmm. And I thought that this weekend I had a wedding that I'm officiating, and turns out it's next weekend, baby. So I have a free weekend that I didn't even account for.
You
and
know,
I was
it'd be
like,
really
oh
funny.
My God, I can't wait to do nothing. And I'm doing nothing.
It'd be funny if you accidentally double swapped weekends on yourself, and it was actually this weekend, and you thought it was next weekend. And then
how hilarious! How hilarious to think.
That's so
how
funny,
hilarious.
Mark. How is your sex life?
Great, actually. You know what's funny? For an Animorphs podcast, we talk about sex on this podcast more than I think people would expect.
I think so. It's not that much, but it's more than you would expect.
It's non-zero, which is more than people would expect from an Animorphs podcast. And I don't mind it.
I don't mind it at all. I don't mind it either.
Yeah.
The sky is blue. The clouds are out.
And I'm having sex.
Yay! Yay for Gianni.
About damn time, huh?
Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah, brother.
He finally got his first one. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, so good. So good.
So good. I know we talked yesterday, but how are you?
Better. Good.
Good.
Today's pretty good. Today is also kind of a rot day for me. So I think after this, I think I'm just going to take an edible and play video games. And it's just me.
What video game are you going to play?
I'm replaying Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Because that is one of the best video games out there.
I'll see you in 100 hours then. Yeah, enjoy.
Do you want to know something really upsetting?
Go ahead.
So I played it through and I beat it once. And I logged about 118 hours my first playthrough.
Yeah.
Now I'm in my second playthrough. And when I was like, okay, I want to play this game again. I want to get into it. I want to put all this time in it. And I went to start a new game, and it was like, well, it's going to erase your old game if you start a new game. And I was like, don't.
What's up with that?
I was like, you can't do that. You can't do that.
What's up with that?
And then I was like, you know what? Erase it. Let's start over. And I did it,
gosh.
and my heart hurt a little bit when I did it, because it was like, 118 hours gone.
Oof.
But now...
Are you Cassandra or are you Alexios?
Oh, Cassandra, 100%.
Yeah, that's
Cassandra
the right choice,
fucking
for sure.
rocks, dude. She's amazing.
Yeah, I feel bad for the voice actor who plays Alexios.
Oh, is he bad?
Cassandra is so good. No, he's fine. He does a totally serviceable job, but Cassandra's voice actress is just
She's so
awesome.
good.
She
has
so
so much
good.
personality. And it's fun because, you learn some Greek terms and some words, which is fun. And my boyfriend works at a restaurant, and it's a Greek restaurant, Greek/American. And so they will occasionally speak Greek to each other. And he's come home before I said, malakas. And I'm like, I know what that is. It's malakas. I know what that is. I'm like, I'm playing my video game. I know what that is. And he's like, oh, really? And I'm like, yeah, really.
Yeah. That's brilliant stuff. Yeah. Iconic. What a game, though.
Yeah, I know.
Iconic game.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, I love scary games. I love scary shit in general. I mean, we've talked about that.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit of a sick fuck when it comes to scary things.
I'm
like chasing a high I'll never get.
I'm waiting for a good day to watch Bring Her Back, the movie.
Oh, good luck. Dude.
And I heard there's a part.
That's the one you're chasing.
I heard there's a part where somebody's vomiting blood, and I'm like, why? I'm tired of vomiting blood. Can we not?
Dude, I'm tired. Of the iceberg, brother.
I'm tired of vomiting
Wait
blood.
till you see the table thing.
Oh, listen. This is another thing I have a problem with as we continue this tangent before we get into the book.
This is what the people listen for.
Yes.
They're either fast forwarding to the actual book or they're in it for the ride.
Yeah.
At this point.
Thank you for sticking with us,
we talk about the book
folks,
for like 30 minutes. You know.
Yeah. A trope that I'm tired of seeing in horror movies are people slamming their faces into things like walls and tables and desks and just like thump. And I'm like, okay, like that's enough. Like I've had enough of that. I get it. It's scary. I don't think it's that scary anymore. Now all I'm thinking of is breaking your nose. Like stop. I'm done with the head slamming.
Right.
Thank you.
Have you seen Weapons?
I have not seen Weapons. Do they do that in Weapons? Because I'm sure they do.
Maybe.
Because I saw Talk to Me recently and I loved it. But again, that's another head slammer. Hereditary does it also. Another head slammer. Like,
yeah.
Can we stop?
Talk to me, big time head slammer.
Oh yeah. I had to cover my eyes. I was like, nope. Okay, I'm done. I get it. You're slamming your head. You stop it.
I love Talk to Me.
Talk to Me so good.
Phenomenal.
Oh, it ended perfectly too. This perfect ending. Mm-hmm. I was like, I could not write a better movie. This is so good. It's so good.
Yeah, for sure.
It's excellent, and I love it.
You should check out Weapons.
Yeah, I've heard it's pretty good. So, I would like to check out Weapons. Weapons.
It's very good.
Excellent.
It's very
good. And I like the lead actress in it, Julia something.
Garner.
Thank you. Julia Garner. I actually have a friend named Julia, and they look almost exactly alike. Which is crazy.
That is...
it's very...
That is a compliment. I find Julia Garner very attractive.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. My friend Julia is kind of like the slutty version of Julia Garner. The slutty Italian version of Julia Garner. If there's a picture of her.
Oh, I see it.
You can see it, right?
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah.
I see it a little bit.
So, anyway, yeah, she can definitely pass for that. Anyway, at the end of our movie talk, should we swap to the book? Book 32, The Separation.
I suppose I should pull up the notes on The Separation, shouldn't I?
Where Rachel's turning into a starfish on the front.
Yeah, she's turning into a starfish.
You sound disappointed, Gianni. Was this book ghost written or nah?
I don't know about this one being ghost written or not. It was something that I was like looking out for. And there was a point somewhere in the middle of it where I was like, I don't think Applegate would trust someone else to ghostwrite this, because this is just like, it's, I don't know, it felt like a characterization that was maybe, there was a point somewhere in the middle of the book where I thought it was deviating off course of the characterization of Rachel to an extent that I was like, I don't know if she would trust someone else with this. But then it quickly righted itself, so I was like, maybe she would. So I don't know. But then you also told me that we're somehow not in the 30 book or 20 book, whatever.
20 book.
The 20 book ghost. So I was like, maybe this is the one that she jumped back in for. I don't know. But it has to be soon, because otherwise we're running into we're running very close with being the 20 book going all the way to the end of the series.
Yes.
So
well, I will say it was not ghost written. You are correct.
Okay. All right. I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
I guess that makes sense a little. A little bit. I don't know.
Did you like this one? Because I remember reading it and then being confused after the thing happened and being like, wait, I thought she went with Tobias. And then I was like, oh, okay, now I remember what happens now. And then they reveal it like a few pages later. And then I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I was right. I remember this. And
yeah,
I think it's a really interesting idea. I think the pacing needs work.
Yeah, I wanted to like this book a lot because, as a diehard fan of the reaction, as we know,
yes,
I like it when Animorphs gets super silly. I also like Animorphs when it's very serious too. When it takes itself very seriously, I think that can also be strong. But I really like it being sort of really beholden to one or the other. And when this book started, I think like the first, maybe first third is a little too generous, but the first like fourth, I was very like pro the separation. I was like, yes, this is like exactly the wacky, zany, crazy, off the wall kind of idea that I think can totally work for this series. I thought we were going to get the reaction, and I was down. I was so in, because this was such a kooky premise and such a good setup and so fun
and it's so
creative
too, because you wouldn't think about that, you know.
It never would have crossed my mind. And then when it became clear that, one, they weren't really going to do much else with this premise. And two, it almost seems like kind of hesitant or tentative to actually lean in on a lot of the kookiness of it. Then all of the characterization just became really superficial to me, really grating. I also hate how the other Animorphs really are not at all concerned with a lot of the A plot in this.
So chill about this. And it's
they're
like,
kind
guys,
of blasé, like, well, I guess this is just what we're dealing with now. And I think that was just the wrong take. This should have been a way more urgent situation. We should have really tried to hash this out. And instead, everyone just sort of puts it on the back burner while they're dealing with some other thing that we don't really get any idea of until sort of the last third of the book, when it becomes kind of a bit more prominent in the plot. This was just, it was just kind of a mess. Not nearly kooky and funny enough to be, sort of consistently entertaining. Does not lean in on that that premise that it sets up. I think, Rachel as a character is kind of diminished from having the whole experience. I think that the sort of thematic ending is telegraphed so early on that you're just kind of waiting for the book to catch up. This was just kind of a total miss for me, unfortunately. Even though I liked the early parts of it.
Yeah, I did too. I was like, oh, that's right. I remember this. I remember this idea. And I thought it was really creative and interesting place to start. And there's so many points where you could jump off from. But then it just gets jumbled. It just gets messy. And it feels a little bit... It's weird because it's such a short book, but it feels so repetitive in the characterizations and the reactions of people of these characterizations. And it's just like, we can do more with this, I feel like. I feel like there was so much potential in this that we could do so much more. There could be so much more infighting tensions. It could be like the two halves of Rachel try to consistently swap off and keep it a secret from the rest of the group. We could have the whole thing with the group trying to figure out what is actually going on, people trying to follow her. Like, it could have been so much more interesting and so much more tension filled. And I just feel like, we just kind of took noodles out of the pot and threw it at the wall to see if they would stick. And like, some fell off the wall and some kind of stuck. And it was like, this isn't quite what I wanted. I wanted more. It just, I think superficial is just the word I keep coming back to, because it just never feels like it actually dives deeper into either part of Rachel. It just feels like it gets just this one dichotomy between, this part of Rachel is very aggressive and this part of Rachel is very sensitive. I don't even know what I would
describe it. They keep calling her weak Rachel. I don't even think she's weak. I just think she's kind of...
I just wrote sad Rachel in my notes.
Yeah, she just kind of wants to remove herself from a lot of the situation.
Yeah, avoidant Rachel, perchance.
I'm just so disinterested in it. The time when I thought the book was really going to lean into its circumstances and really just say, this is the plot we're dealing with moving forward, this is where all the tension's going to be derived, was actually the moment sort of early-ish on in the book when Marco was having a sort of separate conversation with I can't remember if it was weak Rachel or aggressive Rachel, but one of the Rachels, I think it was weak Rachel. And he leans in hard on the idea that, Tobias could have one of the Rachels and I could have one of the Rachels.
Oh, yeah.
Ew. early was a passing joke. Yeah. And then he kind of leans on it at school.
Yeah.
And that was the scene where I had the thought of, oh, this is going to get very, weird and tense and cause a lot of infighting.
Yeah.
And I was kind of down for it because even though it was ugly, I was kind of very interested in, diving deeper into the parts of Rachel that could theoretically be interested in one man or the other.
Yeah.
The parts of Rachel that could theoretically have other interests. And they never do anything with that after that scene.
No.
It becomes, again, it just relegates itself back to the superficiality of the whole situation, which is just, weak Rachel is going to allow any man to be, interested in her or whatever. But she's really only interested in shopping for whatever. She's a good planner, I guess.
I guess.
The other Rachel is so headstrong and aggressive that she's basically just David, to the point where they actually say, you're basically just David.
Yeah.
And I just think that Rachel's far more interesting than this book made her out to be.
Yeah. I think there definitely could have been a bit more nuance. And yeah, you're right. I did like that scene where Marco's kind of trying to pick up Rachel. And I think that's also a very realistic situation any preteen or teenager will go through, where they're like, well, this person's different now. Maybe they'll like me. And they try to ask them out or something. And that's a very realistic situation. And I would have liked to see maybe even a little more perspective from Marco of being rejected by, I think it was sad Rachel, weak Rachel, where...
Yeah, whatever you want to call her.
Yeah, where he has to kind of rethink that, or maybe he even has a conversation with probably Axe, because I don't think he'd be able to talk to Jake about it, and I don't think he'd be able to talk to Tobias about it. So Axe would be the one he would turn to try to talk to him. And then he gets frustrated because Axe doesn't understand societal norms. And so he's just like, forget it. And he just walks away in frustration. Yeah. And that would have been really interesting to have something like that. And it would have added more pages to the book instead of having stuff that kind of wastes our time a little bit.
Yeah, like the whole thing with her dad.
Yeah.
And, just completely inconsequential elements. The car scene and I don't know.
Yeah.
There was a lot of things that it just felt like we're reinforcing that Rachel is either hyper aggressive or hyper
or scared.
Weak.
Yeah.
And when you say it gets repetitive, I couldn't agree more. It just feels like we're going through the same cycle of reinforcing these ideas over and over again, rather than finding new, interesting elements within the two characterizations to deepen them.
Right.
So, it just a whatever book.
Yeah.
A total whatever book.
And look, you can continue to recycle these personalities in a successful way, but you have to make the other characters react appropriately. So if strong Rachel is going to be like, oh, let's go out, let's kill, everyone can be like, we know, just shut up for a minute, okay? We get it. That's what you want to do. That at least gives us some another shade of color in these relationships, where we can be like, yeah, okay, everyone's tired of this shit. Us as the reader are tired of these mindsets that these two Rachels have and only have. You could do something like that. but they kind of just sat on their hands, unfortunately. It felt like they didn't really have an opinion either way, except we got to get her back together.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it.
And they weren't even urgent about that.
She could have had, Cassie could have had a heart-to-heart with one of the Rachels and been like, I really miss my friend. Can't you two guys get back together? Like, I miss my friend. And you guys work well together. Why don't you just get back together? That would have been a nice conversation to have.
Sure. I mean, and there's also just the general complexities of introducing these new science fiction elements so late in the series as well. And I know we still have so much to go. But to be so blasé about something like splitting your personality into two halves, having literal two
physical halves,
fully formed manifestations of one character. I don't know how we can brush that off at this point with everything that's going on. It just seems like spinning its wheels, and if you're not going to take the stakes of something seriously, then why should the reader? And
they could have had the other characters be like, whoa, I didn't know you could do that. I'd be like, Axe, did you know that? And Axe would be like, oh yeah, I knew that. He's like, why didn't you say anything? Oh, I just didn't think that would happen.
Yeah.
Done. You could have just...
Sure. I mean, just anything to reinforce to the zaniness of the concept in general. Like, there was that one scene early on when everybody really figures it out for the first time. And they're talking to weak Rachel, and Cassie says something to the rest of the group where she's like, Rachel, tell them what you said about Marco. And she's like, oh, just that I think he's cute. And they're like, what? And that is what I want. That's the energy I wanted from the whole book, because that's the sort of, if we're gonna be this superficial about the characterizations, just make them funny. Like, just carry it through all the way. Have everybody constantly be like, which Rachel are we talking to? You know, like this.
Stick with it.
There's just no room to go. It's like it's that John Mulaney bit of a happy birthday sign. You know, we've all made a happy birthday sign, gone too big, too fast, and then run out of room. Like, that's what this is.
Yeah, definitely. So I wish it just felt like she had this idea and then she backed away from it. And it's like, no. Push through the idea. Stick with it. People are gonna, the audience is gonna respond to it in a positive way. Well, positive or negative, it depends on what your preferences are. But if you stick with the idea and you stay true to the characters, I think I've said this a couple times before earlier on the podcast. If you stay true to the characters and you have a plan and you stick with it, people are going to respond to that in a mostly positive way. Oh, there's always going to be some naysayers. There's always going to be some people that have a problem with something. I get it. Everyone's entitled to their opinion.
But most of those people aren't reading 32 fucking books in the Animorphs series. Let's be real, right? Like I think that, you can trust your audience at least a little bit at this point, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And it's not even that I think the characterization of Rachel is that bad in this book. I just think it's, one, just very superficial, and I think it makes her a weaker character. But really, it's the characterization of the other Animorphs and how they're dealing with this information that is what I really take issue with, because those are just not the people that were frantically trying to figure out the Jake dad situation in the last book. Yeah. It just, I don't know, it's just really, really disjointed in this one. And even though I think we could easily say that the plot of the last book we just reviewed, we could definitely say that the plot of that one is way more nonsensical, and therefore probably a quote unquote worse book. I definitely enjoyed that one way more than this. Yeah. Same. Just by pure, I don't know, entertainment value, or you know, the things we were dealing with felt sincere. It followed through the idea.
Yeah, it followed through with the idea the entire time. And it's like, okay, they're going to try to infest Jake's dad. Okay, now they're going to try to kill Jake's dad. Okay, now there's people coming to the house. And it's like, it builds on top of itself, and it makes sense. And the characters reacted, for the most part, appropriately.
Yes, I agree.
And this one, they don't. I don't know. It's like they're cardboard cutouts in this one. I'm not sure what happened.
I agree.
So
yeah. I totally agree.
Yeah, yeah.
So.
I don't know, Gianni. I don't know if we're going to get another reaction, you know?
I don't know if we'll ever get that high.
I'll
be chasing it for the rest of my life.
We just constantly return back to the books like, I gotta find that high again somewhere.
I gotta get the reaction back.
Gotta get that feeling back.
I'm jonesing for the reaction.
Give me a crocodile in a bathroom, please.
Yeah. Some woman walking in. Oh my God. An elephant crashing through a house, please.
Yeah.
Bring it back.
Stepping on a yerk and slipping. So good. So good.
God.
Hearing the squish.
What life was, you know? What life was back then.
We were so young. We didn't
know what we were getting into.
No, we had no idea. Wow.
I'm going to read it again.
Yeah, that's a good idea, probably. I'd like to relive that also.
Yeah.
All right, so should we get into the separation? Just get through the plot?
Yeah, let's bulldoze through this bad boy.
Bulldoze through it.
So kicking us off, we're at a field trip. We're on the beach. Rachel's chitter-chattering in her own mind about, this and that. And, typical Rachel, just sort of a little bit angsty, a little bit feisty, but also a little bit, I'm a blonde little supermodel just hanging out on the beach.
Yeah.
She drops one of her earrings into the water. She goes to try to retrieve it, and incidentally comes across a starfish, basically decides to acquire it so that she could try to find the earring better. And something, I can't even remember exactly what, it was like a shovel it's a kid with a shovel or something like that?
Yeah.
Or something chops her in half, clean in half.
I do want to say, right before she morphs, she gets hit on by a nasty kid named Bailey, and he was gross. He was so
what the
gross.
Fuck?
And
he's like, "You looking good, Rachel." What a weird.
And she's like, "Ew. Thanks." And he's like, "No, I just wanted to say you look good." She's like, "I get it." He's like, "You look really good, though. You look like
leave
really
it alone.
good." And it's
leave it alone, kid.
I've been in that situation before. It's fucking weird. Look, you can pay a woman a compliment, but don't make it fucking weird. Just say, "Hey, I like your sweater. Thanks." End of the conversation.
What's the expectation?
What do you expect to get out of this?
What do you think what do you think will happen if you just keep saying "you look good" over and over again? Is she immediately gonna be like, "Oh my God, say it 4 times and then I'll fuck you"? That's crazy. What are you thinking, dude?
I was my first year of acting school in New York. We were in a Meisner class. If you don't know what Meisner is, it's a type of acting where you repeat words and phrases to each other back and forth, and it's supposed to be like the words don't matter, it's the energy that matters and what your first reaction to that energy is. It's a little complicated, but there was this big guy named Leroy and this little girl named Katie, and they were going back and forth, and the teacher was like, "Okay, start the exercise," and Leroy was like, "I really like you," and Katie's like, "Oh, I'm glad you really like me." And he's like, "No, I really like you." And she was like, "Okay." And he's like, "No, I really like you."
Great.
And all of us in class were like, can we stop, please? This is getting fucking weird. And he kept pushing it and kept saying it over and over to the point where the teacher ended the exercise and had them sit down. He didn't pair them up ever again. But it's fucking weird. Don't say that shit to women. Don't do it.
That's weird.
That's
so weird.
Gross. It makes us feel weird. It makes us feel like we owe you something, or you're looking for something, but you're being sneaky about it. It doesn't feel trustworthy. It feels weird. Go away. Go away with that shit.
Yeah. That being said, always do that to men, for sure.
Always do
Bully
it to
the
men.
shit out of them, dude. Fuck yeah, dude.
Bug it, especially these alpha males that think they're so cool. Boo.
Yeah. Like me.
No, Gianni, you are literally the opposite of an alpha male, and I so appreciate that about you. You are such a kind, gentle human being, and I love that. That's why we're friends, because you're not gross.
Yeah, and that's my MO. Is I'm the guy that listens to Sabrina Carpenter.
There you go. Love that.
By the way, her new album, not bad, pretty good.
Is it pretty good? I only listened to Man Child. Man Child's great. It's fun.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's good. You should check out Tears. Music video to Tears.
Oh,
is great.
that just came out like just yesterday, right? Or 2 days ago?
Yeah, very Rocky Horror inspired. She loves doing these like music videos that are very like movie inspired, and I very much appreciate it.
Well,
I like
Manchild was very Dolly Parton.
Like the cut of her jib.
Yeah, her jib's
pretty
good.
Yeah. Yeah, I was very like on the road inspired. I was like, ooh, love.
So cute.
Okay, very cool.
We love her.
Yeah, Bonnie and Clyde elements.
Yes.
And she's always killing men in them. Which
Love that.
I'm a big fan. Anyway, back to this. So the starfish gets cut in half.
Yes.
Rachel doesn't die. She gets she like comes out of the water and she remarks as she's demorphing that, you know, she sees a blonde girl running away. She's like, hope she didn't see me, but doesn't think twice about it.
Never mind all the rest of the people on the beach that are there in the middle of the day.
I don't know how they get back from the field trip without seeing each other, but who cares?
You're not
right?
near any
because
teachers, any
fun.
students, nobody.
No, not to mention the kid that I guess cut her in half. Who knows?
Yeah.
Anyway, but
she
for
finds her
whatever
earring.
reason,
She gets it. Fine.
This is the part of the book that's fun because this is the part of the book where they kind of they deliberately sort of don't tell the audience that Rachel's in two different bodies at once. So if you haven't read the plot description, this is quite interesting. You know, there is now a mean, violent, aggressive Rachel who is going to go on her pre-scheduled date to fly around with Tobias, and the quote unquote weak Rachel who is sort of I don't know the way to describe her. She's just kind
avoidant. She's just avoidant.
Yeah. And she's like, this is where the book lost me big time, because there's a comment that weak Rachel makes where she's like talking in her self monologue about cute boys and even says something to the effect of like, Jake, my cousin, if he wasn't my cousin. And I was like, why?
No, you don't have to say that. That's gross.
Hey man, that's crazy. Why would you say that?
Yeah, even if you're
that's
weak
weird.
Rachel, no, because
I don't want to know that exists inside of any
that
Rachel.
also means that real life put together Rachel has some sort of inkling about her cousin, which I'm like, let's not. Can we not?
Mean? No,
It's
get
gross.
that out. No,
Ew.
cut that.
Out with the garbage.
Editor,
Get it.
please.
Snip, snip. Get it out.
That was crazy. But yeah, so weak Rachel is like, ooh, I want to go to the mall and go shopping, and so she invites Cassie to go shopping, and she's planning all these shopping dates, and Cassie's like, you're acting very strange. There's a girl who comes and tries to like body check Rachel, and Rachel cries immediately. Meanwhile, mean Rachel is flying up in the sky with Tobias. She's getting super violent, super aggressive. Tobias is like, this is really strange even for Rachel, and so he's kind of put off by the whole thing too. Eventually they put together this with this scene where weak Rachel comes to the barn and they all meet up as the Animorphs, and as I had said earlier, this is the moment where Cassie is like, tell him what you said, Rachel. And Rachel's like, oh, just that Marco's like kind of cute. And they're like, what the fuck is wrong with you? That's crazy.
Are you okay?
That's not Rachel. So they immediately think she's a Yerk. Then they're like, no, if she was a Yerk, she would be way better at passing as Rachel. This is something totally different.
This is different.
Then Meet Rachel comes in. They're sort of face-to-face for the first time. They kind of understand the dichotomy. And again, I cannot emphasize this enough. The rest of the Animorphs are like, well, that's crazy. And they don't give a shit about this.
No, they don't.
Wild.
No surprise, no shock, no... Axe, what do you think? Nothing.
They don't even help her. They basically are like, well, I guess we'll go home. Now, meanwhile, and the only reason I'm mentioning this is because it will become important to the plot later, there's a passing mention from Eric the Chi at some point that there is some sort of anti-morphing ray that's being worked on by the Yerks. They don't really elaborate on this at all, except to say that that's like the current Yerk plan. And they're going to have to try to do something about that at some point. So the other Animorphs are trying to, I guess, plot or plan for this. They're like, let's go home. Leave the two Rachels to their own devices. Who cares how they pass in front of their parents, I guess. Yeah. So they go home. Mean Rachel's like, sleep on the floor, weak Rachel. The other Animorphs decide that they're going on some sort of mission. I can't even remember exactly what the purpose of the mission was, but I guess it was some sort of reconnaissance mission. They were going to do a fire alarm thing.
They're trying to get information.
the alarm goes off, and me and Rachel just takes it upon herself to sort of infiltrate the whole thing. She ends up stealing a car. She crashes into another car. She's doing all kinds of crazy shit. She's getting off on being really aggressive. It's very strange. Weak Rachel, meanwhile, sitting twiddling her fucking thumbs, I guess.
Yeah.
Me and Rachel comes back, and she's really upset because Jake chastised her, apparently. He said that they ruined their plans, and Weak Rachel is like, well, I can kind of see his point. And then me and Rachel's like, what the fuck did you say, twerp? And then Weak Rachel's like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't really mean it, or whatever. And so then they just go to sleep. There's just this all the time.
Yeah, I did want to mention, me and Rachel, before that, goes to the mall and finds that bully that was picking on Weak Rachel.
Yeah.
And so Mean Rachel, the bully starts picking on Rachel again. Mean Rachel grabs this woman by the throat in the mall, in front of people, by the way. She grabs her by the throat, kicks her shin, then she finds a knife and stabs it into this girl's shirt and pins her to the countertop or the wall or something with multiple knives. And and then she just walks away as security are coming in.
That's the type of shit that I need more of.
I was like, holy shit.
Let's get more of that.
Yeah, that part I was like, okay, this is actually fun. Like this craziness. Fun. Yeah, that's fun. And then they
don't do anything that fun ever again.
Yeah, and there's
also and this is like a C plot thing, but just to get it out of the way, Weak Rachel, while she's twiddling her thumbs, calls her dad. Basically there's this crazy conversation where she says something about, she's like, oh, I'm having troubles, and he's like, boy troubles? And she's like, yeah, well, one of them's not a boy. And he's like, are they a man? She's like, no. And he's like, something else? And he's like, an alien? And she's like, oh my God, he knows. Mm-hmm. But he's talking about people that are foreign. He's like, wait, my maid is an alien, and she's really nice. Crazy.
I was like, wow, talk about... wow.
Crazy thing to say.
Blatant racism under the surface. Like, yeah, when he said that, I was like, whoa. Okay. First off, your housekeeper probably has a name. Secondly...
yeah. Also, calling your housekeeper an alien is insane.
No, I was going to say...
That's so wild.
If she's a quote-unquote alien, you could just say she's an immigrant. That's it. Like, you don't have to call her an alien. You remember when Demi Lovato said alien was a slur?
I mean... To Demi Lovato, yes.
Yeah. She was like, you can't say alien. That's a slur. That's racist against.
If I called Demi Lovato an alien, that would be, I would say.
No, she was saying that about like actual aliens, like from outer space.
Yeah. Yeah. I think actual aliens from outer space, we should call them something else.
Well, she said extraterrestrials.
Visitors.
Visitors. Yes, there we go. Visitors. They aren't aliens, but they are.
Yeah. No, but calling someone who is just foreign and in the country an alien
a human being.
Work.
Yeah.
That's wild.
That's a person that's not an actual alien.
Wild choice.
Cool. So then,
so she's like, Dad, come home. He's like, oh, maybe. And he's like, I'll get a connecting flight. You can come, we can get, dinner or whatever while I'm on this business trip. I don't know. He's like never home. I can't even remember what he does, and it doesn't really matter.
He's a newscaster.
Sure, whatever. I guess you have to newscast from a million different... Who cares?
Yeah.
Anyway, so he's like, yeah, I'll come home, I'll visit you or whatever. Well, we'll get like lunch or something while I'm in a connecting flight. Great, cool. That's going to be a C plot. So then the other Animorphs are now trying to figure out what to do with this whole thing. They start chitter-chattering amongst themselves. Me and Rachel is spying on them. She gets really upset because they're like, we got to do something about this. But they also broach the topic that... Apparently, Jake had talked to Eric the Chi. Eric the Chi has some thought of how to get them back into the same body. But we're not going to deal with that right now, I guess. So then me and Rachel comes. She's really aggressive with all of them. They're like, relax, girl. And that goes nowhere.
Yeah.
And then
well, it's also really interesting because they drop that she can go into like a blind rage without being able to control herself, which I was like, this is interesting. So like, what's going to happen if these episodes keep getting more common and more frequent? Like, what does that mean? Doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
And I was like, it would be cool, like maybe if she started disintegrating or something, you know, like
yeah, but it doesn't do any. It just doesn't do it. She's basically just making a list of people that she wants to kill. I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
They have there's at some point there's the lunch that happens with weak Rachel and her dad. She then gets interrupted by me and Rachel. Me and Rachel takes over. There's like kind of a funny exchange in which the dad is very confused about what weak Rachel was trying to talk about.
Yeah.
And then obviously a very different characterization of Rachel comes in and sits across from him. I don't know how they don't notice that there's two Rachels in this place, in this very public diner.
Yeah.
But apparently they were being watched by the Animorphs the whole time.
Yeah.
And the other Animorphs don't do anything about this.
No, they're just keeping an eye.
I don't know why they just keep an eye on this. I don't know.
Yeah, and this
crazy.
is in an airport. So it's not like, look, TSA wasn't happening then at that point. But there's still a lot of people in the airport. If you're sitting at a cafe or eating something, there's tons of people constantly. It would
also, they never address the clothes thing.
No.
Are they just wearing the same clothes?
They're just leotards. Just leotards in the airport. Bare feet.
They're just wearing matching identical set of clothes. Because if I'm the dad, I'm going to be like, why are you wearing a different jacket or something?
Yeah.
Anyway, me and Rachel starts a food fight to stop weak Rachel from what she thinks is going to be
but it doesn't work.
I don't know, butting in.
Yeah.
It doesn't work, but the dad grabs her, pulls her away, gets back on his plane. He goes, fucks off.
Yeah.
Me and Rachel's like, plan thwarted. I don't know what weak Rachel was trying to do, but
yeah.
Weak Rachel's like, I don't get to talk to my dad about my boy troubles. I don't know what boy troubles she was even trying to talk to him about.
She was trying to tell him about the whole Animorphs secret. She wanted to tell him about the Yeerks. She wanted to tell him that she could morph. That's why she was trying to meet with the dad, because then she's like, oh, Dad's safe. He's going to protect me, and so I don't have to be scared of everything. And, of course, that's a very bad idea.
Yeah, dumb. You're dumb.
Yeah.
But anyway, they then meet up with all the Animorphs again. Well, it's really just weak Rachel that meets up with the Animorphs. The Animorphs sort of describe that they have this plan, that they have to stop this Yeerk,
the anti-morphing ray
thing. They're gonna infiltrate some truck that's being driven on.
There's
gonna go into a Yeerk base or something.
There's 3 trucks going out, and the anti-morphing ray is in one of these 3 trucks. So the group has to split up and target each of these trucks to see which one has the ray. And so the gang's like, well, we can't bring Rachel, but we also need to bring Rachel's. So me and Rachel gets angry. She demorphs. She lunges for Marco as she's demorphing from a fly, and she puts her fly proboscis over his nose and mouth, choking him, which I was like, that's insane. That is psychotic levels of insanity.
Cool choice.
And then
then she demorphs.
She lets go. She goes fully human. Then she grabs Tobias and she threatens to break his neck. And everyone's like, all right, you can come on the mission. Just let him go.
This I don't understand at all, because even if you're like hyper aggressive Rachel, you still have. It's not like we're completely. One, we established very early that they still have all of their memories and all of their emotional attachments to people, because she goes on a date with Tobias at the beginning.
Yeah.
Of this. I don't understand why you then immediately are like, oh, I have to kill Tobias. Like, it's just, it's such a leap in logic. But again, this is where I'm talking about, this is where I think we deprive Rachel as a character.
Yeah.
Because even if you're a hyper-aggressive Rachel, to think that she would flippantly kill her friends is crazy.
Yeah,
even if she thinks they're wrong, that's just like hyper-aggressive to a point where we can't even trust, even if you merge these two Rachels back together, to threaten his life in that visceral of a way, I can't even trust you if I merge you back together, because that exists inside you at any point in time, that you could be that flippant to kill your friends. Crazy.
Yeah, also
like way too much of a leap for me.
Tobias can also start morphing into something else. She's gonna lose her grip. Like, if he starts morphing into something bigger, like, she's gonna lose her grip. If she's so mad she's not paying attention to what's going on around her.
Yeah.
He could have easily done that.
It's more so just the principle of the thing for me. It's just like,
it
I
didn't
don't
feel
like
right
the characterization. I don't like that jump.
It would have made more sense if she had just grabbed a random animal in a cage and just threatened to kill that one. Like, just
I guess. I mean, or just be mean to them.
Yeah.
But they're still your friends, and I do not like that it exists that easily inside of you. That all it takes is them disagreeing with you about something to try to kill them.
And I think, again, this could have been a point where she's having these episodes of blind rage where she can't control herself. This could have been a moment to explore that. Of like, Rachel, are you okay? We're your friends. We're trying to help you. And then she has this realization, and she just like gets mad, even madder because she can't control herself, and she runs off. You know, like, we could have some kind of conversation. Just give us a reason. Give us a reason.
Yeah, nothing. Yeah, nothing.
No.
Instead, Jake knocks her unconscious with the help of Axe, and they then convince the weak Rachel to help them because Jake needs more numbers for the truck or something.
Yeah, because they want to do 2, 2, and 2.
Sure.
For each truck.
And
then they're like, it's your duty, sad Rachel.
Yeah.
Sad Rachel's like,
I guess.
I guess I have to do that.
Yeah, she's like, what does that mean to me? And she has this whole like dilemma about duty. I've never heard the word uttered in any other point in the series, I don't think. But sure, apparently she has a real sense of duty, this weak Rachel.
Yeah.
So she goes, they morph, they fly on top of the truck, then they have to demorph and then remorph into a roach of some sort so that they don't get knocked off the truck. They get inside, it ends up being a trap. They lock them in boxes. Me and Rachel at this point wakes up. She goes to try to kill them.
Yeah.
But like for whatever reason, when she goes, she then, and this is where it gets a little blurry for me because at this point I'm just waiting for them to come to the conclusion that they need to work together.
Yeah.
But I remember they go inside, or they're like locked inside, and me and Rachel comes in, and this is where I kind of glossed over, I think, but. So Visser 3 starts threatening them for something, and at this point, me and Rachel and weak Rachel decide, well, you're a better planner, so what's the plan?
Yeah. And
weak Rachel like tells me and Rachel what to do.
Yeah, because weak Rachel can do long-term plans, and me and Rachel can do short-term plans. And so that's like their halves of the brain. So that way, so me and Rachel gets frustrated because she can't think of a plan to do. She can only think of things in the short term, and weak Rachel can make a whole plan, but she forgets things short term. So that's how they start to work together, where me and Rachel is in a Hork-Bajir morph and kills all the other Hork-Bajir in the room. After one sets off an alarm, Visser 3 shows up. He somehow moves ceilings and walls to try to crush mean Rachel, like in Star Wars.
Yeah, I forgot about all of that. Yeah,
I was like, well, that's crazy that he has this, but okay. So then sad Rachel gets out and demorphs and talks to mean Rachel about the Visser wanting to use them. And sad Rachel morphs Hork-Bajir, threatens to kill herself, and mean Rachel goes to fly. She morphs Fly, gets into the Visser's room. Crazy that there's no cameras to see them both talking to each other, turning into humans, and then morphing. Okay. So they both threaten to kill Visser 3 unless they get out alive.
Yeah.
Okay.
By flying into his ear and saying basically, if I demorph inside of your ear, like what do you think will happen?
The Ant-Man theory. Butthole.
Which it makes sense, but also why haven't we just done that already?
Why? Yeah, we could have done that at any point.
What do you mean? Just do that now.
Do Andalites have ears?
I don't know.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, no, they do. I just looked at a picture. They do have ears. I forgot they had ears.
But so then Visser 3 is like, what do you want? He's like, well, they have this sort of standoff moment, and they're like, just let us go free. And they both like walk to the end of this whatever, and they go their separate ways. And I'm like, just kill him. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Like, what are the rest of them going to do? You're outside. Just fucking do this. I don't get this. yet again. But whatever. So they go their separate ways. At this point now, both Rachel's, they sort of have a conversation with the other Andalites, Jake in particular, and he basically says, like, clearly you guys work so well together, that's why you should be back together, which is something they should have said at the beginning of the book, but whatever.
Yeah, And they're like, I guess we should. They acquire each other.
Yeah, Eric walks them through it, but yeah, they have to acquire each other. Yeah. And then morph sort of at the same time, and then that's how they sort of merge into one body.
Yeah, Eric, like, gives them electricity or something, and that mushes the two of them together. I don't know how that works. It just felt like it was a very rushed ending, and that was how it ended. That's it. That's the whole plot.
Yep.
I think that's the quickest we've ever gotten through a book plot, to be fair.
There's just so much of it that's just kind of nothing. Like,
it's kind of throwaway.
It doesn't have any concept. So, yeah, that is definitely the quickest we've ever gotten through a plot. But, But yeah, the separation just doesn't have much substance to it, unfortunately.
No, it is separate from both the two Rachels, and it is separate from the reader.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. I think that, if I didn't enjoy the sort of beginning of it, maybe on, like, reread, I think I would maybe even drop it down on my rankings. But because I enjoyed that little bit of, like, the beginning...
Yeah, the beginning was fun.
I don't have it as, like, dead last in my ranking of the Animorph books, but it is pretty low on the list, unfortunately.
Yeah, same. There's just, it's sad because there's so much potential with this that could be so fun and just like, not even carefree, but just like fun, goofy, wacky hijinks that I think we have been lacking since before the Helmicrons even. Because the Helmicrons were... Oh my
god, I forgot about the Helmicrons.
The Helmicrons were kind of fun until a point where then they weren't. But that was also kind of the same thing. It was trying to be goofy, wacky. It just didn't land that well.
But much like the Helmicrons, I would opt for none of this to be adapted. If and when we were to be given the green light for the TV series, I think I would avoid this one entirely, unfortunately.
I would want to keep it, but just change everything. Like, rewrite everything, do a whole revamp of what we can do with this. Toss around ideas that would be fun, that would be wacky.
I just think introducing a clone element, unless it's going to come back at some point in the series in some sort of substantive way, I just don't think... I think it's just going to distract an audience. I just think it's better to leave this one where it lies. Leave it for the deep cut Animorph people who want to read the books and get through all of the ones that are completely inconsequential. Yeah, leave it on the cutting room floor with the Helmicrons. I just think avoid it entirely.
And when are we ever going to use a starfish morph? When are we ever going to use a starfish morph?
Never.
No.
They didn't even use it again in this book, and it's the fucking cover.
Yeah. They used it once in the beginning, and that was it. It would be... I would have Rachel in an episode wearing, like, a small starfish necklace as, like, a little,
as a nod. Yeah. That's cute. I like that.
But that would probably be it.
Yeah. You could even fake out the deep cut audience members by having some episodes start at the beach, having her see a starfish, and then walking away and be like, you thought we were going to do that, but we're not.
Or she's in a department store and she doesn't realize there's a mirror next to her. She looks and she sees herself, and then she's like, oh, it's a mirror. And just like, okay. Walk away.
So we just make her a moron.
Yeah.
Doesn't understand mirrors.
Make her dumb for a few minutes. She's a kid. Kids are dumb.
Yeah. Kids are idiots. Her especially. This was a real bummer.
Yeah.
As a real... I've really come around on Rachel in a big way through a lot of these episodes, and this was a real unfortunate step back.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
Yeah, I think it's probably the worst Rachel book that we've read, because Rachel hasn't really had a bunch of bad books. Yeah,
I think so. I'm trying to like go through my list and remember who was the focus of some of these other ones, but I think. Because I have it ranked 30 right now. Again, subject to change. It could drop lower if on reflection.
Which one's the worst on yours? Was it the oatmeal one?
The Suspicion.
Is that the oatmeal one?
No, the Suspicion was the one.
Which one was that one?
No, the Suspicion was the one with... oh my god. I was literally just looking it up today when I was going through my rankings because I was like, I have to remember what the Suspicion was, and now I forgot already. Hold on. It's... it's Cassie is turning into an aardvark on the cover. It's the one where she's
yeah, that one was pretty bad.
Yeah.
Also, that was an anteater, not an aardvark.
It is the Helmicrons. Yeah, it's the Helmicrons.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's the Helmicrons book.
Yeah, that's fair.
That is my current last place book.
Dead last.
It is dead last.
Well,
and then above that one is The Secret, which I think is also a Cassie
the
book.
other Cassie book, the where she's
That's
on
the one
PCP.
with the skunk, right?
Which one is it?
The skunk. Like she saves the skunk family. That's like
The
becomes
Secret.
the A-plot.
Yeah, that's the one. I got it confused with the one where she saves the little girl, Karen.
Yeah. I just do the rankings as I go, kind of.
I think that's good.
Once we get to the end of the series, then I'll kind of like go back through my notes on each of them and be like, am I right about the ranking of this and stuff?
Yeah.
But so tentative, but that's where we sit right now.
Cool.
But yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. Well, let's look forward to the next book. Let's see what's next.
Sure. So excited. Is it The Illusion?
The Illusion.
Oh, there's
Book
a lot happening on
33.
this cover.
Yeah. What's going on the cover there?
What the fuck? Okay. So it's Axe morphing into an eagle, a bird of some type with big talons.
Is it Axe? Is it Axe?
But then there's Jake behind him.
No, that's not Jake.
That looks like Jake. Is it not Jake? Oh, it's
No.
Tobias?
Yes.
Oh, so is it Tobias morphing into Axe then?
Correct.
Is that what's happening on this? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps that is the illusion in and of itself is confusing me on who the fuck we're even describing.
When you see a see-through boy in the background of the cover, that's Tobias, because that's his boy form.
Yeah, because he doesn't
That's how it gets
relate to that anymore.
No, he doesn't. It's in the past.
Okay.
Are
we officially in the
I was gonna say this is where we
books?
start. This is where we
Okay.
start the ghost written.
Got it. Now I'm ready.
Series.
Now
Yes.
I'm at least prepared for that.
Do you like the second morph where Tobias has 4 bird legs?
No. Thanks for asking. No, I don't.
What about the third one when they start to bend the other way?
Yeah, it looks awful, actually. Thanks for saying. Yeah, it looks terrible. It's not the like funniest or grossest cover, but it looks definitely uncomfortable, and I don't like it. I don't like looking at it, that's for sure.
The mouth and the face in the third and fourth one, they really like do me in a little bit.
No thanks. I'm good. No, that's okay.
I'm okay. What's the tagline on that?
Change happens whether we like it or not.
We get a lot of change type of taglines.
Tobias and change looks, or change books, I should say. Mm-hmm. They love that. They love that as a running motif for Mr. Tobias.
Do you have any guesses as to what the illusion is about?
Well, I mean, I guess it's the illusion that he is Axe would be one. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Change happens whether we like it or not. What he's gonna change into an Animorph forever. This is my curiosity. If you take on the DNA of an Animorph,
Of an Andalite?
of an Andalite, sorry, that's what I meant. If you take on the form of an Andalite, if you get, what do they call it again when you get stuck in that body?
Nothlit?
Yeah, so if you take on the form of an Andalite, can't you just then have the power?
No, because it's technology. Remember, Andalites are not born being able to morph.
But so the technology, though, doesn't it rewrite their DNA to be able to do that? So if you took on Axe, who has that power, then he would have Axe's DNA, right? So he would have that ability, or I don't know.
That's a good question. I don't know.
Is that too much of a stretch? Ask
I don't know, because
ask our science friend.
Yeah, Ryan biochemist.
He would weigh in on this.
Here's the thing, because the morphing technology is in like a cube, I would assume these cubes are very highly protected and they're very hard to get. So I assume that if you stayed in morph for 2 hours...
It's so hard to get that we lost one in the middle of the fucking woods.
Yeah,
or
we
the
hit it
construction
somewhere.
Site or wherever the fuck we found
it.
Oh my gosh.
So I would assume like you don't get a second chance after you've already stayed longer than 2 hours in one morph, because otherwise they wouldn't be warning people about it. Like maybe you can only change your DNA so much to the point where it doesn't accept any new DNA. I don't know. I don't know. Just trying to make it work. You know what I mean?
I don't know.
You know
Ryan,
what I mean?
Tell us.
Yeah, Ryan. Listen, I'm just a Goyle, just living in Brooklyn. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I don't know nothing about nothing.
Don't know nothing about it. Just two Goyles.
But yeah, I don't know. My best guess is that the illusion has something to do with this cover. I guess is him posing as axe of some sort. So
all right.
I don't know. You tell me.
So I'll read you the description. And I if this is the one that I'm thinking of, I remember really, really liking the last third of this book. If this is the one I am remembering properly. All right, here's the description. Tobias, the other Animorphs, and Axe already have a few problems. Saving the world, keeping their identity secret, finishing their homework.
Okay.
Now they have one more thing to add.
They've dealt with that exactly 0 times.
Yeah, exactly. Now they have one more thing to add to the list. The Yeerks have discovered a way to cause a person to demorph.
Oh, so we are getting back to a
the
plot point.
anti-morphing ray.
Yeah,
with,
lovely.
With this new device, Visser 3 plans on capturing the Andalite bandits. Now what? The Animorphs and Axe realize they have to get rid of the device or be captured by the Yeerks. And the risk of getting thought... I'm sorry. thought. The risk of getting caught is very high. That's when Tobias comes up with the only possible plan. Someone has to acquire Axe.
That's the first time we've had this thought? What?
Yep. As a siren goes through my neighborhood.
What? How? Okay. Sure.
Great. I remember, if this is the one I'm thinking of, I wonder
who's going to acquire Axe.
I remember being very impressed with the idea and planning that goes into, I think, the last third of the book. It's been a very long time. Was that your neck?
Yeah, sorry.
Boy, are you okay? What are you, the bent neck lady?
Getting out a couple of kinks there. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Usually I save my neck cracking for after episodes, but I was feeling...
I used to be able to crack my back really well, and I lost it. But now I just crack my knuckles. And I like it because it feels good. Yeah, it feels good.
I'll suffer later in life, but...
Yeah, no, it doesn't have any ill effect on your knuckles.
Oh, that was like a myth?
Yeah. Yes, yeah. They did studies, I think, where they followed... people who cracked the knuckles only on one hand, and they followed them for I think like 20 years of them just cracking their knuckles on one hand, which would drive me insane because I'm like, I need to make it even, make them all crack.
Yeah, that's insane.
They realized there's no correlation between the two hands of like losing your mobility or losing dexterity or anything like that. Cracking your knuckles is okay for you. So just crack away, friends.
Brilliant. All right, well, I'm excited about this next book now that the third act might be really good.
Yeah, don't get your hopes up because maybe I'm remembering it wrong, but I think I remembered I really liked this book.
My hopes are up because everybody always raves about the Tobias books, and I've always found them mostly underwhelming. So I'm hoping that this is the one that changes my mind.
No, Gianni, he's just a bird.
Yeah, but...
he's an angsty little
he's
guy.
A boring bird.
He's not boring. He's sad. No, I can fix him.
Yeah, let's give him a real plot. How about that? Let's give him a real plot this time.
I think this is a real plot. I think this one's a real plot.
All right.
So
I'm excited.
We'll see.
I'm excited.
So, if you would like to reach out to us with your thoughts and opinions, feelings, if you like video games or movies and want to ask us really anything in general. We're kind of
Sure.
open books here.
Yeah.
Or if you want to just reach out to us and not have us read the email on the podcast, you could do that too.
You can.
You can email us. You can email us at morphinbuddies@gmail.com. That's morphinbuddies at
gmail.com.
.com.
Don't like it. Hate that. Hate
No,
that.
you love it.
Redo
Gianni,
it.
one day you're going to look back and you're just going to appreciate it so hard.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to be like, I remember when I was tricked and it was so funny.
Mm-hmm. One day I'm going to look back and I'm going to shoot you with a gun. How about that?
I don't think you will.
Shoot you.
You're going to have to catch me first. Your short
I'm
little
gonna
legs.
Vice Principal Chapman you.
No, you won't. How dare you?
I will, actually. I'm gonna
You better not.
shoot
You know
with a
what?
gun.
You're going to come after me with a gun, and I'll be like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, look, there's Gianni's dog right there. Let me get behind her and just give her a good pet. Give her a good scratch. And I'm going to make myself small and hide behind her body.
You'll hide behind Vita.
Yes, I'm gonna.
Interesting.
You're gonna have to make a decision, and Vita's gonna be like, "Oh, I love you because you're a wonderful person who should never be shot at." And I'll say,
My
"Thank you, Vita."
delightfully ancient dog. Is
She is delightfully ancient. I think those
She
are
is
good
so
adjectives for
delightfully
her.
ancient. Yeah.
She's so cute.
Liver disease, kidney disease, and she's still kicking.
Oh my God, little lady.
Yeah, look at you, little angel. Oh, she's so asleep right now, dude.
She's sleeping.
She's the most
yeah, my
asleep
cat's
she's ever been.
my cat decided I have a blanket on a chair that I sit on, and some of the blanket was on the floor, and my cat's like, I don't want to sit in the chair, I just want to lay on the blanket on the floor.
I want the blanket. Yeah.
And he's still sleeping
so-
there. It's so cute.
So if you have something to say about old animals, you could write in at morphinbuddies.
Yeah, just don't give us sad stories, please. Give us happy stories. I don't want to.
I mean, you can. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the Lord knows I've suffered through everything imaginable apart from this one actually dying. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Same
so
with mine,
you can
too.
do whatever you want. I mean, yeah. All the tears I have to shed are probably cried out. But who knows?
Oh, that's what you think.
So.
That's what you think. And then something else comes up, and you're like, fuck.
Yeah.
It just all comes
Yeah.
up again. Anyway.
So fun.
What a horrible way to end the podcast. Can we have something?
Love having animals.
Can we have something happy for a second? Oh, okay. We're gonna do this. I'm gonna make you look
Okay.
something up.
Oh, God.
Open up your
Okay.
Goog.
Fine. It's open.
Look up hammerhead bat.
Ugh.
You have to look it up. Folks listening to the podcast, you also look up a hammerhead bat.
Ugh. What is... Ew.
What's
It's like
wrong?
a horse.
Yeah,
Ugh.
but a bat.
No. What is
What?
that? It looks like Scrappy Doo. Oh my God, it's so big. Ugh.
He does
No.
look like Scrappy Doo. You're right.
Ugh. No, I'm closing it out. Yuck, dude. What is
Imagine-
wrong with you?
Imagine the head of a Great Dane on a bat.
Ugh.
That's what a hammerhead bat is. And I just discovered this not too long ago. I think somebody posted it on Reddit, and I was like, what the fuck? And I immediately texted Gianni. I was like, you got to look this up right now. And he's like, absolutely, I will not. And I said, no, you have to.
I knew from the name. I knew from the name alone. And if I'm going to suffer for anything, I'll suffer for the podcast. But Jesus Christ. Oh, I'm going to think about that forever. Oh,
Listen,
God.
Gianni,
Ugh.
they deserve
Okay.
love too. They deserve
No, they
love
don't.
too. Yes, they do.
No, they deserve to be put down.
Oh, no, they eat
Ugh.
bugs. They eat bad bugs, like mosquitoes.
Fuck. I don't know. They
Don't
should
you-
die too.
Don't you care about Zika?
Ugh. No, not as much as I care about hammerhead bats going away. Ugh.
I love them. There's a place
Ugh.
for God's creatures everywhere, if you believe
No,
in
there
God. And if not, that's okay too. You know why?
Yes.
Because everything deserves to live.
There's no God
Except-
because he wouldn't make that. I'll tell you that.
God's like, not there, not today.
Draws the line.
That's where I
Imagine
draw
if there
the line.
was a God and he was like, the only place I fucked up was, I don't know how hammerhead bats happen. But I don't know.
That was a part of
know where they
evolution
came
that I
from.
didn't want to come true.
Yeah.
And I tried
I don't know
to.
what. I don't know how that happened.
Don't know.
but-
Don't know how that happened. Okay, good. This is a better note to end the podcast.
Oh, yeah. Thank goodness. Yeah. On pure atheism.
Yes, exactly. Hopeful agnostic.
Mm.
That's what I like to call myself, a hopeful agnostic. There may not be a God, but if there is a God, it might be a spoon. And that's what we can look forward to, you know?
Huh. Okay.
Could be.
Interesting.
We don't know. Could be a spoon.
Yeah, sure.
You know, they'd say he's got the whole world in his hands.
He could have a whole world in his...
Spoon is kind of like a hand.
Huh.
Because it holds, like, stuff.
Okay.
Like soup.
That's it.
The Earth is mostly soup.
It's the only one.
The Earth is mostly soup. It's 97% soup. It's got fish in the water. There's stuff in the water. It's soup.
I no comment. I don't even know where to begin. I don't know where to weigh in on this.
All right, folks, we're going to leave you with that.
Yeah,
Enjoy the metaphor, and shoot us an email if you want. And it's okay if you don't. We still love you. Okay, bye.
Bye.